All right, what's up, guys? Just got out of work, and surprise, surprise, we're gonna talk about primarchs again. Why? Because I'm a small channel, and it seems like talking about the big boy primarchs seems to get people to look at my stuff, and I'm feeling a little narcissistic today, a little self-absorbed. I want to see people listen to me talk. Nah, I do a little bit, but I feel like I was on my way home. It was a long drive, and I was thinking about this whole, thing for the whole day. I was like, was it, a good idea for the Emperor to not tell the Primarchs about chaos? And, this is obviously like it's over, right? This is overdone. This conversation's been had so many times, and we've already seen the same answers all the time. It's the obvious. The Emperor was an idiot for not telling them about chaos. The Emperor was super smart, 4D chess move, intelligent for not telling the Primarchs about chaos. So, we all know this has been done to oblivion. You've heard so many bigger YouTuber creators talk about it, but nonetheless, I still want to talk about it because, listen, I have an opinion, and you just so happen to stumble upon Connor K40K's channel. So I figured we'd talk about it. So I just want to state, I don't think either perspective is necessarily wrong, but I'm more in the favor of him not telling them about chaos because, yes, it probably could have been a lot smarter if he told them. But then you have Primarchs like, let's say, Dorn and Magnus already. Magnus was already kind of diving deep into what chaos was as a whole. He just thought he could control the warp in typical, just like his father. He could manipulate the warp in such a way that he would be impervious to the consequences of, meddling with something as primordial and eldritch as chaos, because, he's the magic guy. When it comes to warp stuff, you talk to Magnus, because Magnus knows a guy who knows a guy, right? But I do agree in the sense that, or if you were to tell someone like Dorn would try to understand it. And, I think there is an excerpt somewhere where, Dorn would try to, it was kind of talked about, where Dorn would try to understand chaos and grasp chaos and control it. The only one who is really 100%, uncorruptible in this case, I'm pretty sure, is the Lion. The Lion, loyalty is its own reward guy. He's not getting corrupted, but it makes sense. And I know it's foolish to say it makes sense because obviously the Emperor, people have two real big perceptions of the guy. He knows everything because he's been around so long, and he's always playing 4D chess with chaos, and he made a deal with them, and he cheated chaos. He's the only guy to do that. Or he's an idiot. He does everything his way, and it fucks everybody up. I mean, there's no polite way to put this. It fucks everybody up. So it's like, what are you supposed to do? And if you're thinking from the Emperor's perspective, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you've read Valdor, if you've read anything like Heresy era stuff, or even Siege of Terra, a lot of depictions of this, knowledge of chaos versus the suppression of chaos, there's a lot going on because you're constantly getting bombarded with each perspective of how it's smart, regardless of how you do it. Yes, it was smart not to tell them of chaos because chaos, when is known, is temptation, and it is unavoidable, and people are always going to fall to it because they're always feeding chaos, and chaos is basically self-sustaining. And then we have the complete opposite of, this is where suppression is power, the imperial truth, including the Primarchs following said things. There are things in the warp, but it can be explained. So, was he right? And I'm giving you my answer. Maybe, he could have, I think he had the right approach, but he probably could have done it a lot better. Like, okay. The imperial truth talks about things like, this hyper rationality, there are no gods, there's only science and logic, which in the setting and 30K makes complete sense because at this point, the warp is foreign. People understand that there are things that go bump in the warp, and it's because there's, warp fluctuations. And what was it? Like, Fabius Bile says it in his book when he talks to, like, this avatar of Slanesh, where you're basically the manifestation of emotion. There's an explanation for you, and you're not a god. You are, in fact, a scientific being. And, it's like, I know I'm rambling, but try to stay with me. There's reasons for this. There are reasons, and I'm curious as to what people say. Like, because listen, there are a lot of smarter people than me who have way more, lore knowledge on the subject. And I would really love to hear if people think it was a good idea from the Emperor or a bad idea. Because really, I don't see any alternative. Like, let's put a alternate history. Like I wish GW did a what if, like, not comic series, but like maybe novelizations or something, where let's say with these hypotheticals, what if the Emperor did tell the primarchs about chaos, or what if he only told the primarchs that were most susceptible to falling? Let's say he told Angron, let's say he told Kurz, let's say he told Fulgrim even. If he had told these primarchs, maybe would this have solved anything? And then we get this alternate, reality storyline where it does, or maybe it in fact does the exact opposite, because they're told not to trust chaos, but then at their very lowest they still do the same thing, and we show that it doesn't change anything at all. I know, this was kind of a ramble, but listen, I had a long day. I don't know, I just want to talk to you guys. Just want to put a video out on the internet and have some conversation. What do you think? You guys think this was a dumb idea by Big Jimmy Space, or it was kind of smart? Let me know, guys, please. I'd love to hear someone much more intelligent than me on the topic. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I was just thinking about this the whole day, so that's it, y'all. I'll see you later.